Hello and welcome to Ulverley Maths video. Video 1, place value from units to millions.
The Western number system is around base 10 system. That means that every time we get 10 of something, we move it along to the next place value position. Sounds confusing, but we're going to go through it and actually draw it out so it makes a bit more sense to you. So we start off with a unit. Sometimes we also call this ones as well. So when we have 10 units, we'll stick those together and it'll go to the next place value of tens. When we have 10 tens, we'll stick those together and we'll go up to the place value of hundreds. When we have 10 hundreds, we'll stick those together and we'll create thousands. When we have 10 thousands, we'll stick those together and we get to tens of thousands. When we have 10 tens of thousands, we'll stick them together and we'll have hundreds of thousands. And eventually, when we have 10 hundreds of thousands, we'll stick those together and we'll create a million. Again, they just look like a lot of initials, a lot of capital letters in front of you. So we're going to show you what that really means. So, using base 10, we can represent units as one unit cube. When we're drawing this out for ease, we will just draw it like a cube like that. When we have 10 units, we have to stick those together to create 110. We represent a 10 when we're drawing it out for ease like that. When we get 10 tens, we stick those together to create 100. Again, for ease, when we're drawing it out, we're going to draw it like a square. My square's not very accurate, I'm sorry. When we get 10 hundreds, we're going to stick those together to create 1,000. We represent that as a cube when we're drawing it, so that we understand what we're talking about. Now we come to what we call the thousands family, and actually some people put in commas between the thousand family here. I'll explain what that means. Now, with the thousand family, we could have something like 137,000, and what that means is that we'd have 137,000 of these cubes to represent that visually. In fact, once we get to 999,000, if we add another 1,000 cube, we'd actually send that into 1 million, having 1,000 of those place value cubes to represent it visually. Let's have a go now at reading out some numbers just using their visual representation. That way we can link our understanding between these letters up here and what they look like in real life. So, here are some base 10 visual representation. Pause the video now and have a go at working them out. Once you've unpaused them, we'll go through the answers together. Okay, let's go through the answers. Let's have a look at this one here. You can see that we've got 1, 2 hundreds. We've got 110, and we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 units. Our number now being 219. The next one. Here we have 4 500s. 2, 4, 6, 8 tens, and 3 units, giving us the number 583. The last one we've got here, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 hundreds. we've got 3 tens and 3 units, giving us the number 833. Now you might be watching this and thinking, that's really easy. Of course it was. Let's make it a little bit trickier. Now let's have a look at some trickier ones. Again, have a look at these, pause the video, and then once you've unpaused it, we'll go through the answer together. Okay, let's look at this first one. We've gone into the realms of thousands now because we can see the cube. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 thousands, 3 hundreds, 1 10, and 2 units, giving us the number 4,312. Now this one here was here to trick you. We've got 2 thousands, we've got 1, 2, 3 hundreds. We actually have no tens, and we have 3 units, giving us the number 2,303. This no tens is the bit that a lot of people would have struggled with. It's important that we're saying that we haven't got any tens because it's still part of our place value. Now we're really going to push your understanding. Again, pause the video, have a go at working out what this base 10 representation of a number is. Okay, so let's have a look at this one here. So we've actually got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21,000. That's 21,000. I'm just going to put in my comma here, which is different to a decimal point, just to remind me that we're still inside our thousands family. 300, 2 tens and 2 units, giving us the number of 21,322. Okay, the next one. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17,000. So that's 17,000, 600, and 6 tens and the 0 units, giving us the number 17,660. Okay, this one's a really tricky one. There's so much counting involved. So what I'm going to do with all of these thousands, I'm going to count along, see how many are in this row, and start counting in the numbers that it's along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72,000. Again, put my comma there to remind me that I'm inside my thousands family. 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tens and 4 units. 72,164. So let's add our new maths understanding to our number mind map. Today we've been looking at place value. And we know that we've got units, tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and a million. We also know that this group here are called our thousand family, and we can remember that they're grouped together using the commas. We also have learnt that we can visually represent our place value by using 1 cube for our units, rods of 10 for our tens, that's 10 of these units stuck together to make a rod, a square for our hundreds because we stick 10 of these rods of 10 together when we get them to make 100, and then a cube for our thousands. We also know that we're working in a base 10 system. Our next video will be working on looking at place value with decimals.